The man accused of exposing himself and sexually assaulting women on trails in Jefferson County is set to be arraigned. Deputies arrested 20-year-old Glenn Braden in August after several women were targeted on trails for months. He's facing several felony charges, including attempted sexual assault. Braden also faces misdemeanor charges for indecent exposure. His arraignment is set for 11 o'clock this morning.
Boulder police say that multiple suspects were arrested after reports of shots being fired around Williams Village campus caused a shelter-in-place alert early Sunday morning. Officers responded around 3 a.m. for reports of a large party at Weber H. all-student housing on campus. While they were breaking up the party, officers received reports of shots being fired in the building's parking lot. They were able to identify the vehicle involved and arrested the suspects. It is not clear how many people were arrested or on what charges.
Right now, MSU Denver students are joining nationwide protests in support of Palestinians.
That's right. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us now live at the Tivoli Quad this morning. Courtney, this has been going on for days now.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Jordan and Corey. As you can see behind me, there's dozens of tents with student protesters. And as you can see over here, they're asking universities to divest out of interests in Israel. In a new statement overnight, MSU Denver says it's supporting the students' right to protest, but emphasize campus policy when it comes to peacefully assembling. Roughly 40 people were arrested on Friday when students camped there to demonstrate. In the statement, MSU Denver's president said the encampment might mean events are canceled, roads are closed, and other disruptions on campus. The university also says they pose health and safety risks since the Auraria campus does not have public facilities available 24/7. The university says it wants to remind everyone of their policy against camping and are coordinating with Auraria's leaders and law enforcement to help. The statement said in part, quote, MSU Denver's leaders have been coordinating closely with Auraria leaders, the governor and mayor on how to best balance our free speech values with our duty to keep the campus safe for uninterrupted academic activities. Now, protests have sprung up all across the nation about all of this here, and it started over in Columbia University. We're going to be keeping an eye on this all morning for you here on the Tivoli Quad. Live in Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
All right, Courtney, thanks for the update.
Protests continue across the country and on college campuses over the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza as well. Thousands gathered at the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill's campus over the weekend, calling for a ceasefire and for the end of U.S. aid to Israel. They're also calling on the school to disclose investments to Israel and to an end on the funding to companies tied to Israel. Speakers led the crowd in songs, prayers, and many different chants, including Free, Free Palestine.
In LA, protesters clashed at the University of California, Los Angeles. Dueling protests were organized by pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel supporters. There were reports of fights breaking out among the protesters after a barrier that was meant to separate the groups was breached.
Over in Connecticut, thousands of protesters gathered in downtown New Haven for a pro-Palestinian march. The protest was organized by the Connecticut Palestine Solidarity Coalition. The three demands of the demonstration are to end U.S. funding for Israel, to end the siege on Gaza, and to free Palestine. Officials estimated more than 1,500 people were present during that march.
CPW says a wolf has killed another calf in Grand County. Grand County commissioners say it's the 5th calf killed on the same ranch in less than 2 weeks. Ranchers asked CPW to kill the male wolf causing all of these problems, but they say CPW told them a female wolf may be pregnant and killing the male could lead to the death of their pups. The head of the Middle Park Stock Growers Association is worried this situation will only get worse once the wolf pups are born.
Say she has 4 to 6, so we have 5 wolves, 7 wolves running around killing livestock. And so now instead of having 1 or 2 dead a day, we're going to find 7, 8, 10 a day. So, and that's the big thing and all this is happening on private property. This isn't happening on public lands. It's all on private property. So that's what's scary, I think, is we're going to have more dead.
We reached out to Colorado Parks and Wildlife with questions about this latest calf death, and we have not heard back.
A brand new Colorado law will bring big changes to how sexual assault cases in court are handled. On Wednesday, Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera, the current acting governor, signed House Bill 1072 into law. It will prohibit a defendant from using things like how a sexual assault victim dressed or their sexual history as proof of consent. Up until now, it was allowed. Supporters like Anna Martinez, the co-director of client services at Blue Bench, hope it will encourage more survivors to come forward.
I do think that that is a concern a lot of survivors bring in when they're considering whether or not to report a case. They're like, well, I don't want to be dragged, I don't want to be misunderstood. So knowing that that won't be something they have to carry on top of this already potentially re-traumatizing experience, I think will empower some people, and we hope people feel more empowered to seek justice.
Martina says more needs to be done to reduce the stigma of sexual assaults, but changes like this help her believe that they will get there with time. These changes will take effect July 1st. Migrants who don't have permission to work are finding their own way. When some ask for cash-only jobs, others are creating their own businesses thanks to a local community group. That wait for a work permit is typically around 6 months for migrants arriving today. LLCs are a legal way for them to earn income when they don't have work authorization. It's not required to be a U.S. citizen to create a U.S.-based LLC. Andrea Rial leads Highlands Moms and Neighbors. She's helped several families and individuals create LLCs in the hopes of becoming entrepreneurs. Rial says that going the LLC route means other businesses can contract with them, providing another way to get work.
Our economy has lots of space to increase in this moment. Again, this would just be good for all of us. It literally makes them less dependent on any handouts from community in this moment, which is not what they want. They want to work, and it increases the economy for all of us.
She says the process of creating LLCs has not been difficult. However, on the back end, she says there have been challenges with being able to open business bank accounts and manage their funds.
And one thing you want to know about the weather, is it ever too early to take a look at the weekend flurry scurry on Saturday? Look at this, 68 degrees, only an isolated storm late in the day. And for Sunday, even better, 76 degrees, but we'll keep an isolated storm in the forecast.
All right, Ed, thank you. Right now, we do want to show you Sky 9. They're over that scene that we have been talking about all morning long. This is eastbound 270 and York Street this hour, where we have been following road work, and it's been closing that left-hand lane. Only one right lane open and moving in this area. This has been causing some really slow speeds for folks traveling this way. And as we get a better look here at the road work, it looked like they were doing some to the guardrail in this area moments ago. So it doesn't look like they're clearing out anytime soon. We're still seeing the cones. We know eastbound 270 in York always gets congested as it is, just with morning volume. So with this left lane closure, big headaches. Eastbound I-70 is a good workaround option.